Stop thinking you have to wait for Elon Musk to finish his rocket just to see exotic space scenery. Logically, our Earth is not just a boring stretch of fields, forests, or office buildings. Earth is a giant laboratory that has been conducting extreme design tests for billions of years. The result? There are several spots on this planet's surface that are so strange, your brain will experience an error and think you've just stepped through a dimensional portal into another galaxy. We often feel that Earth is safe and normal, but normal is actually relative. What we call normal is merely the condition where temperature, pressure, and chemical composition match our lungs and skin. However, in specific locations, Earth's geophysical software intentionally cranks its variables to the max, creating environments that look visually impossible, yet are very real. Today, we will dissect 8 of the most alien locations on Earth. We will see how geophysical logic creates places that look more like science fiction movie sets than family vacation spots. Prepare your observation logic. Let's begin our interplanetary tour on our own soil. Danakil Depression, the colorful Hell Protocol. We start with the most inhospitable place for life, the Danakil Depression. This place is located at the junction of 3 tectonic plates. The result? It is one of the hottest places on Earth with average temperatures that could make your logic boil. But it's not just the heat that's crazy, it's the colors. The logic is tectonic chemistry. Here, groundwater boils due to the magma beneath, bringing sulfur, salt, and acidic minerals to the surface. You will see neon yellow, electric green, and blood red pools that smell putrid. Your POV, now you are standing amidst toxic steam, looking at ground that seems to be blistering. You don't feel like you're in Africa. You feel like you're standing on the acidic surface of Venus. Danakil Depression dictates our logic that natural beauty doesn't always mean comfort. Sometimes beauty emerges from highly lethal destructive processes. Socotra Island, the Alien Botanical Garden Protocol. If you move to Socotra Island, you'll feel like you're inside an illustration from a fairy tale or an alien film. 1/3 of the plants here exist nowhere else on Earth. The most iconic is the dragon's blood tree, which looks exactly like an upside-down umbrella with intricate branches. The logic is evolutionary isolation. Socotra has been separated from the main landmass for millions of years. Without external intervention, evolution here ran on its own code. Your POV, you walk under these strange trees and realize that if cut, they leak a thick red sap like blood. This is proof that the biological machine can create highly efficient survival designs for dry lands, even if the results look incredibly foreign to modern human eyes. Salar De Uyuni, the boundless giant mirror protocol. Imagine a place where the sky and the earth have no boundary line. That is a Salar De Uyuni, the world's largest salt flat. During the rainy season, a thin layer of water covers this perfectly flat salt, turning it into a giant natural mirror spanning 10,000 square kilometers. The logic is the evaporation of prehistoric lakes. Long ago, this was a giant lake that evaporated, leaving a salt crust of several meters thick. Your POV, you walk across the surface of the water and see the perfect reflection of clouds beneath your feet. You feel like you're floating in a clean white void. Salar De Uyuni is a visual anomaly that shuts down your brain's depth perception. This is where Earth demonstrates its ability to create optical illusions on an absurd scale. Crystal Cave of Naica, the smoldering Superman fortress protocol. Underground in Mexico, there is a cave named Naica containing giant selenite crystals up to 12 meters long. Visually, it's exactly like Superman's Fortress of Solitude. But there's a deadly trap. The temperature reaches 50 degrees Celsius with 90% humidity. The logic is crystallization of magma and water. For hundreds of thousands of years, this cave was filled with mineral-rich water heated by magma pockets below, allowing crystals to grow to giant sizes. Your POV, you enter wearing a special cooling suit surrounded by shimmering white crystal swords. You feel incredibly small in the presence of this geological masterpiece. Naica dictates our logic that even in the deepest darkness, Earth is busy assembling structures whose beauty surpasses the imagination of any architect. Fly Geyser, the accidental glitch protocol. This fifth location is unique because it's the result of a collaboration between human error and nature's logic. Fly Geyser in Nevada was formed when a geothermal well drilling attempt in 1964 failed completely. Hot water sprouted out with minerals, and over decades, those minerals accumulated to form strange, colorful mounds. The logic is mineral and algae accumulation. Calcium carbonate piled up to form the structure, while heat-resistant thermophilic algae provided contrasting red and green hues. Your POV, you see the structure spewing hot water into the air and feel like you're looking at an artifact from an alien planet that crashed into the Nevada desert. It's a reminder that a human-made error can be transformed by the natural system into an incredibly beautiful anomaly. Mount Roraima, the island above the clouds protocol. Ever seen a mountain whose peak isn't pointed, but perfectly flat across 31 square kilometers? That is Mount Roraima, a tapu, or table mountain. Because it's so high, the peak often sits above the clouds, making it look like a floating island. The logic is ancient rock erosion. This is one of the oldest geological formations on Earth. Its vertical 400-meter cliffs are the result of billions of years of erosion. Your POV, you're at its summit watching waterfalls plunge into the sea of clouds below you. You feel like you're in a lost world where time has stood still. Roraima dictates our logic to understand that Earth has highly dominant vertical structures, as if it were building a specific stage for ancient gods. Pamukkale, the mineral cotton palace protocol. In Turkey, there is a hill that looks like a pile of white cotton or eternal snow, even though the temperature is warm. Its name is Pamukkale. The site is composed of light blue hot spring terraces sitting on top of pristine white cliffs. The logic is travertine sedimentation. Hot water rich in calcium carbonate flows down, releasing carbon dioxide and leaving behind hardened white calcium deposits. Your POV, you soak in these warm water pools surrounded by white walls that look soft as clouds but are hard as stone. Pamukkale is proof that Earth's hydrological machine can create a natural spa whose design is more futuristic than any five-star hotel in the world. Mcmurdo Dry Valleys, the Mars protocol at the South Pole. And finally, we go to the driest place on Earth, the Mcmurdo Dry Valleys in Antarctica. Although located at the pole, there is no ice here at all. There is only red soil, powerful winds, and the mysterious waterfall named Blood Falls, whose water is blood red. The logic is katabatic winds and iron oxidation. The winds here are so strong that they sweep away all snow before it can accumulate. The red waterfall comes from hypersaline iron-rich brine that oxidizes upon touching the air. Your POV, you stand in this silent valley and feel 100% like you're on Mars. NASA even uses this place for Mars mission simulations. Mcmurdo dictates our logic that on this wet Earth, there are corners that still hold the rules of a dead desert planet. So what is the common thread of these 8 impossible locations? Logically, Earth is a planet with thousands of operating systems running simultaneously. We are often trapped in one version of reality where trees are green and soil is brown. But these locations prove that chemistry can turn soil into neon colors, Danakil. Isolation can turn life forms into aliens, Socotra. Minerals can build white palaces or giant crystals, Pamukkale, Naica. Extreme climates can create replicas of other planets, Mcmurdo. The order we experience daily is just a small part of this planet's potential for creative chaos. Understanding these locations makes us realize that Earth doesn't need our imagination to be extraordinary. It is already far more imaginative than we are. We're merely guests who happen to be occupying one of the most comfortable rooms in this vast and wild house. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like how we explain complex things to make them make more sense, don't forget to follow Synoptic. We will continue to discuss many everyday things that are actually fascinating as long as they're explained the right way. Synoptic, the world simplified, one thought at a time.